man.
Uh, I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rocker, Knicks Universe, your main Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime joint, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute. I'm joined by Cowboy Bob. Y'all know what it is. We about to talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. The Knicks play tomorrow. We gonna talk tonight. Bob, what's good, bro?
Hey, man, good old good, man. How you doing? I'm doing good.
Yeah, man. We good, man. Good, man. We got a lot of stuff to cover, bro.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Hey, first let me ask you this before we talk, man. What do you think about what you saw the other day, the preseason, the Thursday game?
They starting to double big and Packham started. I was like, what? It was to see Packham out there. I felt good. Just to see that with Mitch, I thought was good. But I know it's not the lineup because, OG wasn't there. We want OG rather than Packham. But to see how they played, to see the rebounds, I know, again, it's preseason, but I always look at every game you play, you can build off of that, even if it matters or don't matter.
Right.
But the fact that the rebounding was key, like, everyone's like, oh, Mitchell Robinson has 16 rebounds, And
wait a minute.
Oh, my fault.
Did you just say Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah.
Did you just say Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah.
He just said Mitchell Robinson, everybody.
You got me.
Corey Lee, the place to be.
You just Rick-ruled me, man.
What's poppin'?
What's
poppin'?
Lee?
We chilling, man.
Yeah, we chilling.
Yo, forgive me right now. Give me a second. Get my myself together. But I was ordering a rush.
I'm so sorry for what I did. Forgive me, girl. All right.
You already know.
I get it. Hey, Cowboy Bob, you were saying, man, my bad, Lee. Cowboy Bob was getting in the bag about something, bro.
Nah, it just the fact of the rebounding. We had 18 more defensive rebounds than offensive. And even though we shot bad, I think we shot like 38.5% as a team. I mean, I know it's preseason, and we didn't even score 100. We were able to take the ball out of their hands and be productive. We had a lot of turnovers. Like Brogdon had a turnover, which I didn't think was fair. Same thing with Kolick. But, it's a work in progress. But if we stick to one format, which I think that is going to be the main format for us, is the rebounding, we'll be all right. Again, it's preseason. Nobody, Embiid ain't out there. Like, we're not playing the best, our starters are playing 5-10 minutes. But I think us working in with the young guys will help us out. So I liked it. I liked watching it. It felt good to see basketball again. That's all. So, Lee, what you think?
What do I think? First of all, the Butcher came and played. You know, T. Smith Bride showed up. You know, the team looked good overall, the bench. And then the future new pieces
Yeah.
did what they had to do to fight to get they earn their position. So, you know, I was extremely proud of the team. And you know, the coach so far he's in my good graces until and I pray he don't crash out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what can I say? They showed me something, but this is just one of something that's not important. You
Right.
know, it's the 82 that I'm looking at. You
It
know, and
is.
that's not including the Emirates Cup. So
Yeah. So did you think of Matthews' game was good though? Because that boy was just coming out shooting. I was like, oof.
I
You
take
talking about Gary Bird?
Yeah, yo,
yeah.
he was just pulling it like from sniping position.
Look, look, I'm gonna say this right now about that man. I didn't know who he was until Wise put me on to him. And I was like, wow. When I said wow, bro, like, listen, I'm an older gentleman, so it's hard to impress me. But that young man did the most he could to impress me for somebody trying to come in with the third level, the third string,
Yeah.
come to come in the third string, and he impressed me. And I'm not thinking about Malcolm Brogdon too tough, nor Larry, especially Larry Simmons, because what the young man Larry Matthews is what 6'7", 6'8", 6'6".
hmm
Talking about Garrison Matthews. Yeah,
Yeah,
He's 6'6".
hmm
yeah, yeah. No more than 6'4" guards.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We need some height. We need some height and size.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if he and if he, and he, I swear, excuse me, because I'm trying to get my words clear. I pray that he could play. He's a motivational defensive player. I mean, in other words, somebody who gets out there and is willing and trying. Then I could deal with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't ask for no more.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. Yo, Jordan Clarkson, bro. Like these dudes, they hungry, man. Yo, chat. These dudes are hungry.
Yo,
Like these dudes, these dudes is out here fighting for their NBA life.
hmm
Oh my god, man. Oh my
and,
god, bro.
And
and
what makes it so dope is that you know these cats, for real, ain't getting paid no money, so they got to fight to eat. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? To get some extra bread. You
bro.
know what I'm saying? Everything's got to be earned now. Ain't nothing given to you
hmm
Yeah, yeah. You-
because the NBA clearly wiped out the middleman.
Right.
I ain't gonna front though. I did see Mitch do that putback off of a Brunson miss. I was like,
From
whoa,
like
who
8
that
feet
dude?
away.
Wait, hold on. Is that Coach?
That's
Whoa.
coach.
Uh-oh. Uh, we're not worthy. We're not
We're
worthy.
we
What's up,
not we
Coach?
not worthy, bro.
What's up,
Salute.
Coach? Salute,
What's
Yeah.
salute.
good?
Lee, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. And Mitchell Robinson looked like a fucking monster.
Yeah, he like playing for that contract. He like, I'm getting my 30 mil a year. Y'all ain't gonna tell me I ain't worth it.
Yo, I was telling people this dude is worth 30 million a year. Now, mind you, it's only preseason, bro. Hey, this
Yeah.
ain't it's
Yeah.
preseason. Ain't nobody, bro. Like we was so hyped over Deuce McBride, 12 points off the bench, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here jumping, bro. You know I'm fat. I'm in here jumping up and down. I'm off Deuce McBride points and here out of breath. Like,
hmm
If he'd have scored 20 points, I'd have been hyperventilating, bro.
Mm.
But it is Tory B was good. Miguel
What's
P.
good?
The son of the legend Kerry Cox is in the building. Coach is up here. Lee is up here, bro. I can tell the Knicks season is back. Because we up here, man, like the smartest fans, the smartest panelists in Knicks universe is all together, coming together like Voltron. About to chop this thing up. Cowboy Bob had something he wanted to talk about. I got Cowboy Bob. I did you a solid though.
Mm-hmm.
I did you a solid. So instead of me like just having the notes to myself and just springing them on y'all and just having everybody follow, I emailed them to Cowboy Bob. I'm gonna just start emailing them to everybody. As a matter of fact, just like, hey y'all, this is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So, but this is what I'm thinking first though. Mike Brown's offensive reset. Can Brunson and Cat thrive off ball?
Yes.
Right. This is what's on my mind, chat. Can Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns thrive without dominating the ball?
Yes. This is what I've been asking for.
Yeah, man. Hey, coach, what's good, bro?
Yeah.
His audio coach must be getting emotional since we had that conversation the other night about Van Halen. So we talked about Van Halen the other night. Coach ain't been the same, bro.
Oh,
Time didn't even know. I've been talking my behind off this whole time. I was telling Corey his beard's looking good and all this stuff. I was like,
I gotta shake this up, man. I'm looking like a ragamuffin.
Yeah.
I ain't had a haircut in a month.
I started to play Here Comes the Hot Stepper.
I was about to say you almost look like you might be kin to DJ Khaled.
Stop it. I need his bread though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm finna run down on him right now. A couple of dollars.
Quick, bro. Quick.
No, you were saying that stuff about Deuce. I was like, in the middle of the game during the broadcast, I was saying like, I really feel like this year, like last year. Well, all right, let's go back 2 years. 2 years ago, Deuce didn't have the pressure of all the scoring and bench stuff is falling on Deuce because there was other bench guys at the time. It was Devo before he started, Hart. But, then the injuries, them guys went to the starting lineup. But we had more of a bench that year.
Bogdanovich, Burks.
Yeah, Burks. Now,
Shake Milton.
This past year, while Mitch was still out and whoever else, he was the only guy off the bench. So, it's like he had all the pressure all on him.
Yeah.
For everything. He was basically our whole bench.
Jalen Brunson is 15 games, bro.
Yeah. And then this year, he's got all this bench supporting cast, and now he can relax and just do the things that are Deuce's strengths. He doesn't have to be outside of his game. So that's why I think that I know it's just one game, but I can tell his comfortability. He had that nice little shake and bake he did.
Right.
He was looking like Kyrie when he went to the rim. He had that Bridges midi turnaround game going. He definitely was in the lab, so I'll give him props for that. And the big men, Mitch and Cat's bodies look good. Paul's,
Fighting for the ball. That's another thing I was saying. They were fighting for the ball. I know it's a scrimmage, but they were acting like it was a real game. They were fighting for every type of rebound, passing.
I wasn't a scrimmage.
Like that dunk Cat did with his right hand. I was like, he could do that? Like right-handed? Like
the 76ers were trying to win that game. I don't care who.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. They try to let it be known in the first quarter, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Mitch was like, nope. This is my coming out party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all know because y'all ain't seen me in too many fall workout practices and preseason games because I was always healing.
Right.
Well,
So this
I know.
this was him and Deuce, and shout out to Paco Dadier because I really I felt his effort. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really felt this effort.
Yeah,
I
man.
really felt this effort.
He was trying to do his thing, bro. One
I
of
think
the
it's
things.
gonna. I'm sorry. I think it's gonna come to him. He gets more playing time. He gets more touches out there on that court. If this coach is gonna really rock with him behind um OG, yo, that kid's gonna be something. He ain't going nowhere.
One of the things I was gonna, yeah, I agree. One of the things I was gonna say, um, wanted to mention, and we didn't mention the other night, is that first lineup that we saw from the Knicks was an exceptionally tall lineup, right?
Mhm.
Mitch is 7 foot, Cat is 7 foot, Dottier at 6'9" on the wing, Bridges at 6'6" on the wing, and Brunson. I mean, you can't bench him. He the best player on the team, so you know what I'm saying. So you got to count him. But when you talk about Brunson and then the other positions of 6'6", 6'9", 7 foot, 7 foot, that makes a whole world of difference. And we didn't even speak to that because we were so excited about what we saw on the floor. But for the game, the Sixers shot 34% from the floor, bro. 34%. Now the Knicks only shot 39%, right? But at the same time, those shots the Knicks are putting up, you like, golly, how did that not go down?
Yeah, there was a couple in and outs.
Yeah, man.
But I
And then you
like.
gotta think the garbage time too. So
Yeah,
you gotta add that in there.
yeah.
I like some of the looks we were getting from the ball movement, even if it didn't fall. Like Brogdon.
Don't start.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've watched Brogdon play like a full game. Like, I've seen highlights here and there, and a couple of games where he played his team.
Right.
But I forgot or I didn't realize. But bro, his ball handling and little sneaky passes he does.
Yeah.
He was doing some. Like
He
he didn't
a
come
real
up on the
point guard,
stat
bro.
sheet. Yeah, he's a real point guard.
Yeah. I just want to acknowledge this thing real quick. Corey Lee, thank you for the generous contribution. Corey Lee says, peace and salute. Shout out to the Lawrence family, the entire Lawrence family. You know what I'm saying? Members for show. Shout out to the members. Like and subscribe. The goal is 50K by the end of the season. I don't know how we're gonna get there. We just gonna keep on trucking, baby.
Nah, we trying to get that. We trying to get that by midway. Y'all get out here and really, you know what I'm saying? If y'all true Knicks fans, share it with your other Knicks friends. You know what I'm saying? Where do you get the most dope content, open panel? You can come out here and say what you gotta say, and ain't nobody gonna judge you. We're gonna love you, embrace you.
Right.
Come on out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially the international crew. Yo, listen, if you in top, matter of fact, if you in Abu Dhabi right now and you a Knicks fan, come out here and rock with us, bro. My man over here from Colombia.
Right.
Yep. I just got back to New York. I started off in Colombia with y'all, so yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you back in New York?
Yeah, I'm back in New York right now. I had to make some moves.
Are you in the
Still trying to
city?
move.
All right, I see you.
Yeah.
You pinchy cabron. Ain't say nothing.
Nah, I got back up like about a month or two ago. So
That's why you don't hear them roosters in the background.
yeah. I forgot you used to hear that.
Yeah.
And the dog
That and also too, he left that Colombian salt back there too.
And
Yeah.
booger sugar.
Aerosol.
Yeah.
You got if you ain't got you got to say it. It's aerosol.
Yeah, aerosol.
Yeah, man.
My bad.
Let me
Well,
You know what I'm talking about.
so let me do it just to tie just to keep everybody. So the topic, man, that we put out there is so Brown's offensive reset. Can Brunson and Cat thrive off the ball, right? So if we're talking about if Cat and Brunson are thriving off the ball, the question is then who is going to be on ball, right? If that's the question, how comfortable are y'all with the Knicks secondary and tertiary playmakers to get Cat and Brunson spot up opportunities or weak side opportunities where they can take advantage of mismatches? How confident are y'all with a guy getting Brunson the ball in his sweet spots?
I'm very confident because that was the number one thing I talked about when we got Brunson. I'm more confident now than I was back then because we didn't have an efficient ball handler. But even if you look at, let's just use an example of the double big setup with Cat and Mitch and using Bridges as a second ball handler. You don't need Bridges to be playing all out defense. He could just play more from the 3 point line pressure to half court and get out in transition and use him as a secondary ball handler, which I also think is good because now he's in rhythm to where he can get into fast pace, get steals like he did. He got that steal off of that read, ran it down, and got that layup, reverse layup. Like, that's what you want. And it's not just on Brunson. So I think it's better for them because they'll see more of a court because it's just ball's going to be here, cut to the basket. It's reaction. It's not think, read, and react. And also with that, Cat and Brunson would be really dangerous in it because we've seen Cat take one dribble from the 3 point line and just go. Now that he's just going to have the green light to go and he doesn't have to do too much, it'll be a lot quicker for us to score. And it's easier for us to put pressure because once we get that ball in transition and come back on D, 2 or 3 of our guys can immediately pressure the inbound. So it helps us on defense. It helps us with just getting our ball players, yo, this is what you do, just do it, dog. Like, we all know Brunson's half-court game is nasty. Same thing with Cat. You get them just to focus on that, it's going to be very difficult to stop them. And you could put in any matches you want. Like, the lineup we saw with Packham. His defense I was impressed. And I know, again, it's preseason, but just to have him out there and to see what he's capable of doing, and then you could put in Clarkson at any time, and you could keep the rhythm going with as a team. So I think it's better that way because now you're not having Brunson to do the ball handling, get everyone involved. Brunson can also be a part of the offense without being, delegated. Hey, you have to do both. He can do it when he wants to. Like if we start to slow up, he can take over one-on-one, bring up the ball. And that's another thing. It slows down the tempo because now defenses can't really set the way they can because Mitchell, he's going to clean up whatever comes if we use him at the time. Cat can drive. Brunson can come off ball. Like, you got a lot of dangerous moves.
What about the ball handlers and playmakers though? I mean, because we know these dudes can play. Like we know these dudes have talent, right? What I'm talking about is playmaking. Like, are we gonna, for instance, are we legitimately on the cusp of seeing Mike Brown trying to invent a Lamar Odom out of somebody, or is he gonna do have three guard lineups that feature Brunson as a high volume Allen Iverson type scorer? And if he does with 3 guards, are the two other guards going to be big guards, right? Or are we talking about just moving the basketball? Just the basketball is always moving, where you won't have the emphasis be put on a playmaker. The system will generate shots. That's what I'm asking you.
That's the part I'm talking about right there. The system will generate shots because balls
Let
constantly.
me help you out.
Go ahead.
Let me help you out. This kills the ISO ball.
Right.
He's killing the ISO ball, period. Because you're going too much in detail, you go all over the place. And I understand where you're going with Bob. And you're right. You are right. But this kills the ISO ball where, you know what I'm saying, where Brunson passes in to either Cat or whomever, and then they pass it back out. Ain't nothing going on in the wings. This makes the defense have to work extra hard. You know what I'm saying? So wherever Brunson decides to relocate himself, because he is our first option outside of Cat. You know what I'm saying? And of course, OG will do what he got to do to make the most of his matchups.
Right.
But the point that we really need to make sure is, can we get the ball to our key scorers without them having to work so hard, or us to work so hard getting the ball up the court? I.e., for instance, the whole Detroit series. You understand what I'm saying? That right there exposed us to a certain extent, which we were exposed all season long. Put pressure on Brunson, make it work hard, kill the shot clock. You know what I'm saying? Now they have to do something, rush something, or find something quick, or find a quick mismatch in order to get to the basket. Mike Brown is trying to kill all that. Get the damn ball up the court. Check out his hands if you have to. Brunson, find your spot. You know what I'm saying? Where you feel like you're good. If you got a good look, knock it down. If not, pass it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's sitting in the corners. If not, catch right there. Give it to him. Let him run to the rim. You know what I'm saying? Or drive to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Take care of the mismatches that he got. Mitch is gonna be up there cleaning up all the BS. And he's a great passer out to the corners. So whoever the great corner shooters get to the corners, they're gonna knock it down.
Well, see, here's the key. If you listen to Mike Brown's couple of his press conferences when he talked about his offense, and then I saw it in the game as well. He talks about, with the big man being inside, one guy.
Mm-hmm.
All the other guys, 1 through 4, they're positionless. He just wants 4 shooters in the corners that can move, and the spacing, the off-ball movement, the screens, the cuts without the ball. That's why if you looked in the game, you saw a couple lineups where we had one big in the game, and then you saw Brogdon, Deuce, and Clarkson in the game. You saw Brogdon, Deuce.
You're talking about at one time,
and
too,
Shaman.
right?
Yeah, all at one
You're
time.
talking about at one time, too, everybody.
So they have 4 shooters and a big. That's like his offense. Sometimes the 4 shooters might be Cat, Bridges, OG, and Brunson. You know,
right?
And with Mitch, sometimes it might be Yabusele and with Huck Porty. Like that's another guy we haven't mentioned yet. Huck Porty looked pretty good when he came in too.
Yeah,
he had that energy. And that other dude that came in, that Jamerson or whatever.
Yeah,
that dude.
Like Garrison?
No, not Garrison Matthew. That third big we had.
Jamerson, the center.
Yeah, the trade Jamerson.
Yeah, the center.
That dude that was an athlete. He was athletic, man.
He's a body, bro. Yeah,
he's a big dude. And
I'll take him over Alex Leonard any day. Alex Leonard, he got to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's the 4th, option. Technically, if you talk about Yabusele in there sometimes too, he'd be the 5th guy. So he definitely doesn't have a future with us. But like you said, though, Garrison Matthews, though.
Woo. You talking about Gary Bird?
Bro.
That's the dopest nickname in the game right now, bro.
Gary Novak Matthews. Pretty damn good.
Boy, that was the name I was trying to remember.
Yeah,
discount double check.
Yeah.
My guy. Come on, man. That's my guy. I thought about Novak when I saw him shoot them balls the other day, Paul.
And
the
thing about Matthews, he's not known, as a defender, but he's scrappy. He'll cover somebody, and he low key has good handles. He can pass a little bit. He had that nice assist to I think it was Huck Porty. I forget who it was, but he had a nice pass to somebody. I remember.
Right.
I mean, look, it's easy to get carried away after the first performance, but you can see where, and I know it's preseason, we ain't trying to show everything yet about blase, but I already saw things philosophy wise. Like I actually saw the Knicks play some zone. Like when they had that 1-3-1.
The 1-3-1, yeah, we mentioned that the other day.
When Cat was at the top and Mitch was about a rim, bro.
Yeah.
That looked good. It really did.
It did look, yeah.
Because when you got three other guys, you know, especially when OG's going to be in there, Mikal Bridges, they're going to get so many lane steals, you know, from that.
In other words, we got so many safeties out there covering when we got a nose tackle and how would I say, another defensive tackle out there in the back, or which is the rim protector. You know what I'm saying? Out there, ready to be the SWAT master. You know what I'm saying? When they out there covering the lanes, going out there. Yo, I'm telling you right now, teams gonna have to be extra quick out there to take care of that. So you know that zone right there, I'm not against it, because I know I see the potential in it in situations, especially coming out of a timeout or something like that. It's just, you know what I'm saying, just employing it in itself. But now rocking and riding with it, that's another story. And I pray that it doesn't get too lax with it.
Right.
I was gonna say that I think it's a good idea what Coach Brown is doing, because we know what Brunson's capable of, and we know what Cat was capable of as far as being on ball, but you're allowing the rest of the team to carry the weight to where when it's time to use it, it's going to be like how Brunson was when he didn't miss for that half time. Remember that game when he got fouled and he didn't miss for like the whole half? He was just on fire. That's what I think is going to be more into it, to where we're like, yo, Brunson, we need you. He could just hit that chest and he just turned into, you know what I'm saying? You pump him up like Reeboks.
Right.
And he could just go. And then it feeds, and then we feed off of that. And now that we're being more team-oriented, both Cat and Brunson will be more into their natural roles of just being scorers. And it'll also help them out with defense, because a lot of times what I noticed.
Oh, wait. So if we just stay on the offensive part, like the Mike Brown's offensive reset to the Knicks offense, like, because we'll get to the defensive part.
Okay.
Right. But the offensive part though, can Brunson and Cat thrive off ball? And in my mind, we already saw bits and pieces of it. Right? We already saw like bits and pieces of can Brunson and Cat. Now Brunson's shot was off. And he basically hit a couple of runners, a little floaters in the lane. His shot was off, but we can't judge Brunson on that. It's a preseason game, halfway around the world. Schedule is off, strange setting, blah. But what you can say, though, is you saw Josh Hart grab a rebound and push the pace, and right on the wing next to him was Cat, who got, I think it was a layup or dunk at the rim or whatever. So we getting this thing of can Cat and Brunson play off ball? I would say absolutely they can thrive off ball. The only thing is, I think everybody has to be in that aggressive mindset for 48 minutes to, when you get that rebound, push that thing. So when you have offensive skill players that are dynamic Hall of Fame level offensive skill players, you can feed them versus mismatches, and then they go from being elite NBA scorers against great defenses every night to Hall of Fame level offensive scorers against mismatches. And that's what you want. You want to make the game easy for your guys. You don't want to make the game more difficult. You don't want to walk the ball up the floor against press defense and then try to run a pick and roll set against a defense that is already pre-switched and waiting to trap you. when you get those moments, then now you get Jalen Brunson checking into Dribblers Anonymous, right? You know what I'm saying? And so instead of that, man, we get this thing where if we get these dynamic skill players, right? Dynamic skill players against non-set defenses and mismatches. Now you don't get guys like Brunson knocked to the floor often, or Cat with broken fingers and things like that, because they don't have to.
Portion.
How many? Because Coach and I watched about 75 games together. Well, you know what? Cat and I probably Coach and I probably watched, and Lee probably watched about 95 Knicks games together last year, right? However the number is. And the whole time we were like, yo, they mugging Brunson at the rim. They mugging Cat at the rim. Tibbs ain't trying to get no text. Tibbs ain't trying to argue. Like, we getting accosted at the rim. It's not fair. There was a night where, I think there was a night against Miami when they started blowing the whistle. They just blew the. They was like, yo, you know what? Instead of being ridiculous, we'll just blow the whistle a little bit for both sides. And Cat put up 44 and 20 on Bam Adebayo. Right now, Cat probably gave up 50 to Bam Adebayo. I can't remember, right? But the thing is that we can't deny is when you have two Hall of Fame level offensive scorers, and you can create easy shots for them just by putting maybe either a system in place, extra playmaking ball handler in place, or both. Now, we talk about the system, and then we talk about but what if we put both of these things in place at the same time? Then what do we get? Right? Then what do we get? So it's like, one of them things, man,
Right now, I'm really looking at the trial and error, and listen, the error is not that bad. I think we can work on the things that we really need to do. Now, do I think we'll win all 82 games? I'll be mad to say that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not going to win all 82 games. It's strong
Right.
possibility. There's a strong possibility we get to 55, 56 wins, 57.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Strong possibility.
Right.
60. Well, I would lose my mind. But that's another story for another day. That's a whole nother goal. The
Right.
goal is to win the division,
Right.
have first place, solidify ourselves where everybody's coming to the Garden. For real. That's what it's about right now.
Hey, Coach,
And
when's the last time the Knicks won the division, bro?
Shit.
In the conference?
Division.
Division. Oh, Eastern Conference. Division and Conference.
No.
You mean
No.
the Atlantic
The
Division?
Atlantic Division. Yeah. Yeah. Just the Atlantic Division.
Probably Melo.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Like 50 years ago.
That's a long time, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't win a division then. I don't think we won a division then.
Yeah, we were the number 2 seed that one year.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
we
All
lost
right.
But other than that, yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man.
Even in years we were a high seed, Boston was higher, and they're in our division.
Yeah.
And then there was a year or two where the 76ers were up there.
Yeah.
So they're in our
A
division.
year or two when Brooklyn was up there, bro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but to still talk about your point about Cat and Brunson off ball, I think just in that game alone, we showed first of all, what Mike Brown's pace creates is less need for traditional ball handlers. First of all, because of the pace and the getting the ball up the court quicker with passes, not necessarily having to just dribble it up the court. Yeah. Number two, if you saw the game, you saw we do have more ball handlers now. It looked like we had about 3 or 4 of them out there. Deuce looked like he could actually handle the ball a little better. So, with all that being said, I just think his scheme and his process, the way the offense is run, I just think whoever the ball, it's going to be one of the things, whoever the balls falls in their hand at the top of the key or in the corner.
Right.
That's where the first shot's going to be,
Right.
And it looked like they were making a conscious effort to make the extra pass. There was a couple extra passes that, like, the ball didn't stay stagnant in one spot, which I enjoyed.
Right.
Like, there wasn't just a dribble, a back down, dribble.
Yeah.
Which we've all grown accustomed to.
I might have a dribbling addiction, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in love with the Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, hi, my name is Jalen, and I'm addicted to dribbling. Hi, Jalen.
Yeah,
I had to give up the basketball.
yeah. I agree with Coach on that. It's like you're moving from a helo-centric offense to where now it's more of a balance sheet, and everyone just gonna eat at the table.
Yeah,
bro, you really had to use the word helo section.
I had to, man, because I keep thinking about the days of when Brunson was with Luka and how well he played with him.
right.
Like him being off ball to me, I like that. Like that's why I keep saying I like that version of him. So yeah.
I mean, that was cool, but I mean, wow. That's all. I'm gonna leave that alone. That was just the most.
And
you move off.
And the thing, and the word thrive too. The word thrive is kind of like a relative word because they're already both of these dudes are 25 point per game scorers basically, right? So they're already like good, but thrive gives you the impression like one of these dudes can average 30. You know what I'm saying? With more shot attempts, more efficient, better looks, healthier, better backups. You know what I'm saying? Less offensive and defensive responsibility because instead of one person, like for instance, instead of Mitchell Robinson having to be the defensive person and Jalen Brunson having to be the offensive person, everybody that plays can help and can contribute. Right. And they don't have to contribute like mega star numbers. They can just contribute little stuff, thimbleful, right? But at least they're contributing though. No.
Of course.
Coach, you look sad, bro. You hate Cat, bro?
Bro.
You talk about Cat, you sad?
I'm sorry, I was just texting somebody, but hell no. I'm besides Cat's mom, who's I think it's David Smith's MO. I'm just kidding. I'm the one of the biggest Cat fans in this damn place. I never got nothing bad about Cat.
Yeah,
I'm all in. I think Cat's a better defender than people give him credit for. They just, you know,
yeah.
It's not because he's physically. It's a mindset situation.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that part.
That's my point. That's always been my point with
him. And obviously, Coach, I don't want to bring up sometimes you respond different to different coaches. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna say this, and all due respect to you, Coach, not Pika, but I'm gonna say this. I need a much more concerted effort, especially against teams that we consider top tier. For real, bro.
Okay.
You know, I'm just saying that, and I'm not taking a shot at the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I need him to thrive. But I also too, when we mentioned this yesterday in the zone, he kind of like did an Olay. It's preseason, so I let that rock. You know what I'm saying? When
Right.
the regular season, I'm looking at him like, dude, what the F are you? You understand what I'm saying? Because
Right.
there's no excuse for you being 7 foot tall and having all that offensive athletic ability and just taking 25% of that and putting it on defense at least. You know what I'm saying? And that's the worst case scenario. Because
But that
45% will at least give us a block shot and a champ.
but see that's what I'm saying. Like I think people that already have a chip in their shoulder about Cat, they obsess about the 2 or 3 plays they see like that, and they only choose to point that out as what he always does. And that's not fair to do, because I'm not sitting here asking Mitch or Josh Hart to give us better effort on offense and score more for us the way Cat and Brunson do. Why don't we say that on the other side of the court? Like we hold this high level hierarchy and royal, regal attitude about defense, which I know is important, but offense is just as important.
Important to who?
It's important to win. It's both sides of the ball are equally important.
Yeah. Let me say this to your point, Coach. The one thing about Cat is, and I really want people to understand what Cat does, right? And listen, I'm not going to bat for him. I'm telling the truth about him. Cat is probably the greatest 3-point shooting center that has ever lived. Cat is a Hall of Fame rebounder, right? Cat legit is a Hall of Fame level scorer at the center position in an era where centers aren't tasked to score. Nowadays, if you have a center that scores 10 points a game, that's great. But Cat does 250% more than that, right? My thing with Karl Anthony Towns is defense, right? Now, I understand every NBA player is going to have a skill set. Cat's skill set is more rare, in my opinion, than Kevin Durant's skill set, right? Because Cat is a 7-footer that shoots threes, scores somewhere between 22 and 25 a game, and rebounds at a high level. Now, to ask Cat to also be a very good defender is now putting Cat in conversations with like Wilt Chamberlain, right? And Cat is not Wilt Chamberlain, bro. He's not. Cat is Cat. That's just what it is. Cat is Cat, and we gotta accept him. Hold on, let me finish. Right now, you gotta accept him for what he is. Cat is a Hall of Fame rebounder, a Hall of Fame level rebounder, a Hall of Fame level shooter, and a Hall of Fame level scorer. Right, and to say that man also needs to do other stuff is asking, in my mind, from an athlete. I used to be an athlete a long time ago. Is you asking one guy to do too much stuff? It's asking Emmitt Smith to be Randy Moss. Really?
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith is going to the Hall of Fame on his own. Now you want
you can't expect Emmitt Smith to be your best blocker too.
Right, and,
you know what I'm saying?
And throw the football too, right? This is what I'm saying is a team is made of 15 guys or 18, whatever the number is in the NBA now, whatever it is, right? To say, hey man, listen, I want Cat to do all these different things and like it, man, we crazy. The only thing I'm asking Cat to do on defense is, man, the obvious play. If you're out here guarding Bismack Biyombo at the 3-point line, why? Why you gonna give up a back door to a dude because you scared that Bismack Biyombo is at the 3-point line? What are you doing? That's ridiculous. For instance, if Josh Hart played for another team, right? Are you legitimately gonna let OG Anunoby go back door because you're afraid that Josh Hart is gonna shoot a 3? No. That's my only thing with him. Is at least be smart. Don't waste, you know what I'm saying, talent just not doing smart stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
That's my issue with him. And to Coach's point, just real quick, it is unfair that you ask others, but at the same time, it's not fair that Cat have all this offensive skill and others don't. Right? Like Cat has this all this such and such skill, right? That he can do certain things and do some of the stuff that others do. And so I get that. But you know,
and he does do a second thing on the elite level.
When you're the starter in the All-Star game, when you're the starter for the All-Star game, you can't ask a dude off the bench to do what the dude that starts in the All-Star game does.
Now, with that said, though, all right, look, let's we're gonna have to change the label on him because he's not a senator. I'd rather him be a power forward like Dirk Nowitzki or jumbo wing like Dirk Nowitzki. Let's change the label on him. So therefore, the idea of what we expect out of him has changed because he's just as tall as Dirk Nowitzki, and for years people thought Dirk Nowitzki should have been a better shot blocker, better rebounder. Now, Cat is a far better rebounder than Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
And
he does that in elite level rebounding. Like that's another second thing he does.
He's a Hall of Fame rebounder, bro.
Yeah, no, that's my point though. Let's change the expectations of him being something that he's not, because obviously he's not what we expect him to be. It's because of where he's been drafted and the years that he stayed in Minnesota that we had to judge him as a center. So I'm willing, as a fan, to change my expectations of him being a center and him being a great shot blocker. Now, if he's willing to be a power forward and do what he has to do as a power forward to survive in this league, then I can change my opinion.
What do power forwards do in the NBA today?
Well, you're right, because they're not allowed. There's not too many of them.
What do power forward do today in today's NBA, bro? My bad, Lee. I didn't mean to cut you. My bad.
He asked you a question, Coach.
To me, as far as the definition of what a power forward is nowadays, there's probably only about 4 or 5 of them. Really?
Maybe, yeah.
Like you're talking Julius
Randle.
Yeah.
You know, Triple J. I mean, everyone else is a hybrid.
No,
think about who else is a real power forward in this league.
I don't think he's
Pablo, maybe.
Who?
Pablo
Banchero.
Oh,
Maybe.
But there aren't many. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the way the NBA is now, it's positionless, man. I mean, yeah, you got a point guard, but after that, you got jumbo wings and medium wings, and
he's shout out, fellas. He's a big. He's just a.
Who are
big.
you? I don't see your face.
All right, Core. What up, Core?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Andre 3000 in the building.
What I was getting at before was just like other sports, and like you have to adjust to who you're playing. Okay, so obviously we can't expect Cat and Brunson to be part of a let's all play man on man, and then the other team has Anthony Edwards and someone that Brunson can't defend or no one can defend. So you're gonna change your defense accordingly. Just like in football, if I'm going against John Taylor and Jerry Rice, I'm probably not gonna play a lot of man defense, man on man.
You're gonna zone it up all day,
unless your name's Dion. Was one of your. But
you can shut down one side of the field unless you put somebody in the slot.
Right. So since we have two guys that are like legendary, talented in one side, and not so good on the other side, you you patch things up because you need them for other things. Just like, why do you think Michael Jordan had guys named John Paxson and Steve Kerr and Craig Hodges and B.J. Armstrong and Judd Bushler? I can insert spot up 3-point shooter here, basically. Why do you think Michael Jordan had all those guys on his team? Because that was Jordan's weakness. Think like
not
Jordan,
necessarily. Not necessarily. Not.
Jordan wasn't known as a 3-point shooter. I mean, he had the Portland game when he did this thing, but that wasn't his strength. That wasn't Pippen's strength. So they surrounded their 2 stars with guys that, fill the cracks that their stars have, just like we have to do with this team. That's why we got guys like Bridges and OG. They're elite. Yeah, Mitch. Well, we already had Mitch. But they're all elite at the things that our 2 best guys aren't elite at. So that's how you make good teams.
Right.
So for us, like we said, yes, there's no excuse if there's no effort there. I'm not ever going to make an excuse for Cat on that. I'll be the first in line to yell at him when he lets a guy drive by him. But that's a whole team philosophy thing. I've seen Hart let that happen. I've seen Brunson let it happen. I've seen Deuce let it happen. I've seen a lot of people let it happen.
It's gonna happen, bro. You talking about elite level athletes, bro?
Yeah.
Can I chime in on the Cat conversation?
Yeah, man.
I think it's less to really quantify or put a position on him. In the league today, you're a big, a wing, or a ball handler. Sometimes you're 2 of those things. It's not as complicated. Sometimes we're gonna run lineups with 2 bigs, 2 wings, and a ball handler. Like, there's certain skill sets that come in all shapes and sizes. For all shapes and sizes, Cat struggles at protecting the rim because he's not a vertical athlete, and sometimes his IQ and initial instincts are lacking. So he's not going to be this great backline defender. But what he makes up for that is he's one of the best, most skilled 7-footers that has ever played this game.
Yeah.
Offensively. So that's how he levies what he can't do on the other end, and we try to compensate with that with roster construction. Now, would I want Cat to have better instincts defensively and not be this guy that lets guys target him? Of course. But within the structure of having a traditional rim protector and a damn good one in Mitch, Cat has shown the ability to guard guys one-on-one. He's not a team defender. He's an
Stop
individual
it. No.
defender.
Yeah.
He can
I'm
guard
not going to agree with
spaces.
that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'll say. Did we just not watch the Celtics try to isolate him and fail?
No, that's a fact. Yeah, he a good.
He's a solid isolation defender. He is a terrible weak side.
Yeah, I've seen him keep up with Tatum, and so they was defending them in that series.
We had him in a corner, and Trae Young tried to do something to him, and Trae Young couldn't get anything.
It couldn't get by him. Yeah,
like
Cat has that lateral quickness, and obviously he's got the arm length. Like, I'd rather see Cat with his skill set because of exactly what Dre said. He's not a vertical, player, but he does have that side-to-side quickness, and he's got the lane. I'd rather see him play the passing lanes anyway. And he has shown he can do that.
And because he's a natural scorer, he already knows what it takes to score in the isolation. So he leans into that defensively where he can stop a guy one-on-one. Now, when you ask Cat, hey, man, you got to look out for your man and the backdoor cutter, and then you got to look out in the pick and roll, he can't teleport.
Don't fall for window dressing.
Yeah, like he's not that kind of guy. When
it's not gonna compute, bro.
But when you give him a specific goal to stick to, whether it's like chasing guys off the 3-point line and funneling them into a big that can protect the rim, or standing up and holding up in isolation, he can do that. The moment you ask him to complicate his job and do 2 things at once, that's when it goes all wrong. And that's on him. And that's where we struggle with the dichotomy of, hey, man, he's 7 foot. He's supposed to protect the rim. Well, not all 7-footers protect the rim, and not all 7-footers shoot the ball like he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40+% from three.
So
Like last
is
time
it
we saw that was KP. Everyone talks
That man
about
was shooting. Yeah.
yeah.
it's a
That
give
man
and
was
take.
shooting 48% until he broke his. Remember, he was shooting 48% from three until he broke his finger.
Yup.
Yeah,
That
I
was
was gonna,
that man was shooting 48% from three and grabbing 15 boards until he broke his finger.
the reason we talk about Wemby the way we talk about Wemby is because you're not supposed to do that.
Cause
Like
Yeah.
you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to block someone at the 3-point line and you under the basket. Like
And then you take the ball up, isolate, and take a 30-footer and make it.
yeah, do a
We said,
sky hook
well,
from three.
we were saying the same thing about Mitch too, but still, he can't shoot the three. That's the big difference.
There's been a lot of Mitches that has come in the league.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a lot of Carl Anthony Towns. Just
I know one thing. VJ Edgecombe, that bro got some ups.
yeah,
he
he really tried to.
Bro, he almost
we
murdered
just we,
him.
we talked about him yesterday, and I
Yeah.
said that young man has he has some major potential to be somebody in this league. So
And
I saw him.
the best thing about him in terms of his growth, he has audacity. He does not care who you
he
are,
has gall, bro.
where
Yeah.
you from. He's trying to
Nah,
go
he
at your
got
neck.
he got brass. He got brass ones,
Yeah.
and they hang. They drop. You know what I'm saying? Before you bridge your pitch, you got to make sure they drop first.
Mm-hmm.
His drop draft night.
Bro,
Man,
But
I'm caught.
did you see him and Trey Johnson go at each other this year?
Oh man,
Trey Johnson, the dude the Wizards got.
yeah. Trey Johnson is one of those types of guys.
yeah. Well,
I'll say this. I'll say this going forward. By next year, you saw how the Bucks like waved and stretched Dame.
Yeah.
They're gonna do that for Paul George and let that boy take flight by next year.
Yeah.
Paul George is gonna get waived next year.
By
did
the
y'all
They
Sixers?
gonna eat that 100 million.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
did y'all
No, they
see
ain't gonna
that?
eat that 100 million. They're gonna eat 30 million and
Yeah, they're
give
gonna
him
stretch it.
70.
Yeah, they're gonna
Did,
stretch it.
did
Yeah.
y'all see that new Nick that came in and brought instant offense and energy when he came in? That
Garrison,
Jordan Clarkson guy,
Jordan
Oh,
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Hey,
bro.
look, hold up before we shift topics, man. Just want to I kind of got a thing I want to get to. Where is it? And it's gonna fall. There we are. All right. So everybody, bench in depth. Will the supporting cast matter more than ever? And Coach basically kicked off the topic. I was gonna try to transition into another one, but this is one of the topics. So he brought in Jordan Clarkson. Go ahead, Coach.
But nah, yeah. I mean, like I was saying, to compound what this question says, the best part that matters more than ever is the guys that are starting the game are going to have the legs at the end of games to finish. They're going to have the legs at the end of the season to finish the gentleman's sweep in round 2 of whoever we're beating. They're going to have the legs in game 3 when we're up 2-0 against whoever's in the Eastern Conference Finals with us, where they got the legs in the fourth quarter to finish the game and not
Coach.
let the other team make 5 threes on our head.
Hey, Coach. You know what was funny? This man Josh Hart said I had nothing left, but he was laughing when people were questioning Tibbs on playing him that much before. Then he come out and had the nerve to say, "Oh, I didn't have anything left in the
Yeah.
Indiana series."
You
It's
just had
funny
the
how
Michael
that
Myers.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I love how you Michael Myers
I mean,
that.
that's the number one part where it matters. The second part, obviously, is now where before we'd have guys on the bench come in, God, please just don't mess it up. You know, now it's a strength, I think, where this is where our backups are better than the other team's backups, and we can extend leads.
Yeah.
Like where all of a sudden this went from a weakness to a strength this year, in my eyes. I mean, just from what I've seen, all the way down to Garrison Matthews. The way he came in that game showed a spark that I didn't even see all season last year off the bench, and he was like the 12th guy to come in.
Right.
We didn't even have our first guy come in and do what he did.
Someone Gary Bird.
Yeah, bro. and that's not even talking about what Deuce did, Clarkson did. You know, Yabusele was I think he had a long summer. You know, he didn't really do much. You know, I mean, he did bring some energy, and you could tell he was happy to be out there. But to see everyone that came in, like, I didn't see anyone look bad. Like, honestly, like, man, what's this guy doing here? You know, like,
only thing is they didn't make shots, but that's the process was fine.
Yeah.
The result wasn't what you wanted, but that's just how it comes in once the first game over the summer.
Yeah, like, and what I said earlier tonight was even the ones they missed, they got good looks. That's what the ones I'm worried about is when we couldn't even get a damn shot off and we're throwing a hand grenade to Josh Hart when the shot clock
against the Celtics.
Yeah,
against the Celtics to win.
How many hand grenades did Josh Hart get last year, bro? Josh Hart actually probably shot 46% last year, but when you add all those 12 hand grenades he got at the end of the shot clock, it lowered his 3-point percentage.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that supporting cast I think is a good strategy because the thing is when they came in, they just looked, not saying like they're ready to go out and do something. They were just like, hey, we're gonna work on this. We're gonna keep this going. Like the tempo was the same. It wasn't that much of a drop off like it was last year when we brought in certain people. Like you would look at the cast last year or even the year before. If you look at it 2 years ago when we had Brogdanovic and them, it was like when they came on the court.
We had Brogdon.
I mean, yeah, my fault. I was thinking of
I said Brogdanovic.
Yeah, my fault. But 2 years ago when we had
Malcolm Brogdanovic.
Yeah, sorry.
Combine all the former Indiana players again. Just put all of them.
Bogdanovich.
But 2 years ago, our bench was different. 2 years ago, our bench was different because we had one or two, like 3 players that gave us a spark to where we were able to hold, a lead or create something. But this, with the way it's balanced and how I saw in the first game, and again, it's the first game, they all just seemed to know what they were supposed to do. It wasn't any question marks. The tempo seemed to be there. We saw what it was, and it was an easy flowing game. Now, if we can keep that, that'll help us out with runs. It'll help us with cutting into deficits. It'll help us even creating our own, especially if the bench can just come in and do the work. So having a supporting cast that actually can support gives you a better product, which I think is the best thing that Brown is going to do. So with our bench and depth, one thing we're going to see as opposed to previous years is them actually being used and them actually knowing what to do. So that's going to be a plus because it's unexpected. If you look at most, like Indiana, they beat us off a bench. It wasn't that they were better players. They had 1 or 2 good players that might have been better than ours, but if you look at how they played as a team, it was just constant hitting. It was like, it's like getting jumped by like 10 or 12 people. So for me, having a supporting cast like this, especially with a guy like Brogdon, who I think after what I said about him and then listening to you guys, I think he might actually be the one that's like, when we're in a tough spot, that experience is going to come into effect. Same thing with Clarkson, where we're like, dang, we can't get no offense. Clarkson's going to be like, I got it. And it's just going to go. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to have a problem with one player. Packham's going to come off and slow him up for 2-3 minutes. And then now they're in a rut. You see what I'm saying? Like that constant flow of Swiss Army knife is perfect right now, especially for what we have. Because it'll help out our main 2 guys in Brunson and Cat. So I think that having a supporting cast is going to be much stronger. And it's a good thing that we have it now because now is the perfect time to use it.
The thing that Indiana beat us with is the fact that they had an extended bench, which allowed their guys to execute the exact same style of play from the first quarter all the way through to the end of the fourth quarter. Like they played you in waves. It was like a barrage. with us, we came out for the most part. We would fall back, and then we would fight with all our energy to get back into the game, and then we'd run out of juice.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Meanwhile,
I,
playing 100% energy on defense.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Drake. That was wow. You wrapped that up, dope.
See, I'm gonna start throwing people's elbows on you, Dre. You stay doing that to me, man.
Nah,
And the smart thing that Indiana did, which is going to be a theme going around the league, teams are going to have deeper benches and they're going to full court press like a lot more to wear out teams that only have 7-8 man rotations. Like
the
that's how
7-8
they
man
went.
rotation is dead now.
Yeah, that's how they went as far as they went. They legitimately decided, hey man, we're gonna full court press like 90% of the possessions because we're gonna have more bodies than you in and out of the game, and you're gonna be worn out. And now you're gonna have dead legs on them jumpers in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And our guys are gonna be fresh.
Especially if the deeper you go into a series.
Yep.
Right. The deeper you go into a series against a scheme that wears you down, by the time you get to game 4, 5, 6, and 7, you know.
You like, damn, y'all gonna stop doing this full court press? When y'all gonna stop?
But that's what happened in game 1.
Yeah, they wore
Real
us down.
talk. In game 1, they wore us down. We had them beat. We just could not hit them with the knockout punch. And that was the saddest part about game 1. And that's why we should have. I'm trying to be civil. Y'all help me, please be civil. We saw
Civil,
that.
you a Knicks
That
fan. They ain't nothing civil about us.
Bro, listen, man. I'm trying to keep our channel alive. So shut up. let me breathe. Cause I just got over some stuff, but still, I still mourn. That still hits me in the heart. You know what I'm saying? How game 1, he pull out that choke artist thing, and if I could have reached through the screen and punched somebody in the mouth, it would have been him. That hurt.
Yeah.
That really hurt. And that's in waves.
I don't care if that dude is not healthy or not. We need to blow them out by 30 in every game. I don't care.
Man,
every game this regular season.
He's not coming back.
He will never be the same.
I don't care. I hate to say that about a player. You know, real talk. My heart go out to him because I don't want somebody to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to beat people at their best. But that right there in itself, that's like he took something from me that I thought would never be taken again. That game 1. And that's what kept me scratching my head looking at him. And I was hoping and thought that we would do our due diligence to choke him out after that.
You
That
want
was
to be civil. You want to be civil. Why did we miss 3 of our 4 freaking free throws before that shot? You want to be civil? Let's call a spade a
because
spade.
they were tired. Hold on a second.
Falling asleep on them 3-point shooters because they was tired.
Nah, it's not
Thank
even
you,
that.
Dre. It's like
the last
no,
4 free
Bob,
throws we had,
Bob,
we missed.
Bob. Dre explained it perfectly. That's a fact, bro. He just explained it perfectly. You know?
I don't believe that.
The Pacers were running through their sets at full speed, and we were just slow to run them off the line because half our roster played 40 minutes that game.
You could have
we had 5 guys cracking 40 minutes that game.
You could have made one of those 3 missed out of the 4 that we had, the last 4 free throws. You could have made one of those.
I'm with Corey B, bro. Y'all still talking about Tom Thibodeau, bro?
My fault.
That's
my fault. That's my
fault. You can say the free throws.
That's
Bob,
my fault.
You can say the free throws.
I have not mentioned that man's name, so I'm not putting it on him.
I'll say this,
bro.
I'll say this. You can say the free throws.
Yeah, just
you
one
can
of them.
say the free throws, Bob. If we had if we weren't as tired and we were paying attention to the finer details, we would have ran them off of the free 3-point line before them threes even mattered.
Yep.
We would have turned a couple of those threes into drives to the lane for 2 instead of threes.
And to be honest with you, if the legs were a little bit fresher, I mean, I want to move on from the topic, but since y'all here, you know, since y'all like pain, since y'all,
I'm done. I didn't even want the pain.
What do they call those people
but Dre brought it up, but I just had to say something.
Coach, what's the name of the people that love pain, bro? They like
masochists.
Yeah.
And Dre is the king of the masochists.
Sadomasochists.
Yeah, man. Legit, Mike Brown. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Knicks fans are on like this fantastic voyage to hell. Like somebody trying to take them somewhere else, they're like, nah, I'd rather go to hell fast as I can. Right? Like, because here's the thing, Mike Brown legitimately is in his first game as the Knicks coach, he showed y'all he was gonna put the biggest lineup money can buy out on the floor. Right? Like the dude legit 7 foot, 6'9", 6'6" in Brunson. And we still talk about Tibbs and the midget Olympics. What are we talking about?
That's crazy.
No, you brought it up, son. You brought it up, son. You the one who brought it up, son. Come on now, stop. You threw the rock. Don't hide your hand. Don't you dare hide your hand. It's bad enough you hiding your face.
Oh, I want to mention this one thing that Mike Brown does that I actually like, and will get guys paid in some awards. He gives praise to his players, even in that post game. I don't know if you saw his post game, but he was basically pointing out that Mitch played excellent defense. He was pointing out the finer details, stuff like that. When you go to the media and point it out and go to bat for your players like that, it gets guys awards. It gets guys looks for like all defensives or defensive player of the year type opportunities. And I feel like Tibbs would just go in the post game and just mumble a couple things. Doesn't really give that much credit to whatever his players are doing. I don't think it's intentional. By the way, Corey, I don't think it's intentional. I just think that's his personality style. Like he's trying to go over
listen,
what we did wrong and what we did right.
Nah, because
hold on, everybody, hold on. Hey, Sherwin, if David Smith is in timeout because you didn't agree with what he was saying, then I'm gonna start taking people wrenches, bro. Like if David Smith right now is in timeout because somebody didn't agree with what he was saying, I gotta start restricting these wrenches, bro. Because that right there is ridiculous, bro. That's not why we here. Hi, sure. I was about to say that's not why we here, bro. We gotta let Knicks fans talk, bro. This day place, bro. It's supposed to be a safe place. Remember, y'all.
Everybody got a voice. No, everybody got a voice, but still. With that said, bro, you know what? I don't even want to go back down this road because this was a bitter thought. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The fact that you brought it up, you know what I'm saying? This was a bitter thought, bro. And the reason why, because we're supposed to be happy because we're going to a new place. You know, and to be real with y'all, you know, listen, I love Tibbs, and I'm not gonna be a Tibbs apologist because that man took us places we ain't been in 25 years. So that right there, listen, I just left my wife, and I'm being honest. I left my wife. That's because we couldn't get along in a lot of different ways. But I will not sit here and bash my wife because of why we didn't get along. Because I still love her to this day. I'd die for her. I'll run through a brick wall for her. But we just can't coincide together. You understand what I'm saying? I say that to say this. I brought up a real point to make a point of let it go. Tibbs was great, because he took us from the dungeons and drug us up out of it with Julius Randle, somebody who's not an NBA superstar.
I think
With a
Leon Rose should
handful
get some
of
credit for that too, though, personally.
yeah, with a handful of nobodies. Look where we came from. Look where we at. So let's not mm,
I
that
also,
man.
I also think that.
Also,
Oh, my fault, my fault. Go
listen,
ahead.
because
Uh,
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go in about like 5 seconds. With that said, it was real. I'm grateful. I'm proud. I'm proud of last season because we were still in the Eastern Conference Final. Let's grow from this though. You know what I'm saying? It's not the stigma of us being losers is a wrap. We New York. We out here hitting home runs now.
yeah,
Let's
no,
go.
I agree 100%. But the thing is, this is it's we're still
Expectations are
in
bigger now.
recovery. And I don't want to say like so any reference to last year, it's only as a reminder because the new guy is doing things the old person didn't do, and it helps us just for a reference point. We bring it up. It's not like we're dwelling on it again. Like so, when people say I don't even want to hear it, I don't even want to talk about it. It ain't dwelling in the past. Because I went through a divorce 6-7 years ago, and well, just like you, I never badmouth the ex and all that stuff, especially in front of my sons, all that stuff. However, if you are fortunate enough to move on and meet another lady friend, and she's doing a lot of things that are great that you never had before, it's natural to say, oh, I'm not used to that because my ex-wife never did that. We're talking, you mentioned it, just like we're mentioning it now. Like with, our old coach, he didn't used to sub people in off the bench, like you mentioned it because you notice the new guy is doing it, So for me, now if we're still talking about Tibbs 2 years from now, complaining, then I think we're holding on too long. It's still pretty fresh. The Band-Aid was just ripped off here not too long ago. So, we're having some Tibbs. We've been brainwashed for the past 4 years with his style. And it's like they ripped the Band-Aid off. And we got some Tibbs draws, withdrawals.
I was gonna say the supporting
We still
cast
got
real
a hill
quick.
though.
Nah,
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
was
I'm
gonna,
bro.
100% here.
but the
I'm
supporting
excited.
cast though. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say the supporting cast real quick. The best part about using them is you get guys that you can actually enjoy watching. Like for example, when you look at any like last season, it was Brunson and Cat heavy. Now you got guys like, ooh, Ariel's coming in for 2 minutes. Let's see what he's gonna do. You're more excited to see how everything works. So it makes the game more fun and it takes a lot of pressure off of everyone. And it even gives you where we can be down the road. Meaning because we have all these talents and everyone doing their part, we have more to build off of for a longer term success. That's why I also think that the supporting cast we have right now and how we're locked in, we could hold on to this for about a good 2, 3 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, not like the 1 year contracts, but like Ariel coming in being more efficient next year. Packham if he's here. Like, look at how McBride is. Everyone can step up to where now we can actually enjoy the team as a whole rather than just relying on our two main superstars in Cat and Brunson. That's what I
And
was
that
gonna say.
and no, and you know what? And that's the thing I'm looking forward to because this man has a whole lot on his plate. You got to think we just fired a chef. We got a brand new chef to come in the kitchen, and not to say we didn't like the food that we ate, but now we looking for something more tastier. You understand what I'm saying? The ingredients gonna change. The ingredients change, and that's because the people. who shop and pay for the buffet has the heat on their ass at the end of the day. Let's keep it a buck. This is more on Leon Rose right now than it is on Mike Brown. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say this real quick about Sherwin and talk about Huck as defense is as bad as Cat. I think that that's not fair because you're comparing them to a guy like Mitchell Robinson, and there's not that many guys defensively like that. But as far as what both players bring to the table, Ariel can block. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do better closeouts, and he has improved defensively, and so will Cat. So the supporting cast in that will make others play better because you're going to see the roles of everyone else changing and everyone else being more energized. And even to what Dre said about the coach pointing out things, you kind of get hyped off of that. Because, like, if you think about it, you're playing basketball and your coach says, yo, I liked how he did this and this. You're like, yo, you heard about coach talk about me? Yeah, I'm going to make sure this, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a bad thing, but it kind of instills silent confidence in you that he's out to point out the good that you do. And sometimes when you used to being with, you know, a coach that's just always talking about the negatives, oh, we got to do this and that, and he breathes in some positivity, it creates more stimulation in the locker room. So you may think that Cat and Huck are the same on defense, but watch how they change because I think that you're missing out on what Huck did last year because he got hurt. So just letting you know, there's a lot of potential in those two guys defensively, and you're going to see it because the cast is going to hold them up to where when they're doing their thing, it's 5 minutes as opposed to 10 minutes of this. And that's another thing. We don't have to rely on the entire team, the 7 guys, for a whole 35, 40 minutes. We can play Cat for 30 minutes. We can play Brunson for 30 minutes. And they don't have to play full games, but the team will win in success. And it's not going to be on, oh, this person needs to do more. It's just we're playing well. That's the whole point, is to win. It's not about individual, but we have to win as a team and play as one.
Yo, Bob. You didn't have to do that. Because the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do that.
Sorry. When you talk about my boy Huck, man.
Listen. Huck Porty, God willing, I pray he grows into whatever we put into him. But right now, Miss Rob does what the fuck we need. Excuse my language. So let it go. And then you can't compare the two because you talking about somebody who got almost 10 years in the league to somebody who he's on his second year. And you should never have to argue that fact.
Right.
Fair enough. You're right. I told you I just saw red.
Hey,
you're right.
Hey, just real quick. So I gotta wrap up right here because tomorrow gonna be a long day, bro. We gotta do a pre-show, do the game on playback TV, and a post-game joint, right? So I'm gonna wrap right here. I'm gonna say thank you to everybody coming through, coming through and hanging out with us. Thank y'all, man. Thank you to the panel, everybody with great opinions and things of that sort. Hey, Dre, I'm sorry about your Jets, bro. It's just a history. Ain't nothing I can
Giants
do.
won.
I tried to wave a magic wand, bro. The wand don't work, bro.
They're sorry, bro.
It's just a stick.
Yankees,
man.
Giants
Yankees
win one
win.
game. Giants fans win one game, and they act like they bro. Y'all gonna be top 5 in the draft
Yankees
too.
win.
What are we doing?
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how